Well, it's not good for the sport. You know, it's unfortunately what happened, and no one wants it. I didn't actually see it because we were doing an interview in the room, and I come out and I heard about it. No one wants it.
The line is, we spend our life in sport condoning people's behaviour because they happen to be good at what they're doing. And now all of a sudden we're going to suggest that ultimately this is the ultimate is it do I look at it and go, I'm shocked and horrified beyond all recognition? No, I'm not. I think it's crap. I think it's garbage. But there's an element.
Promise me unequivocally that he will smash John Fury to pieces should the event actually happen. Again, you're looking at a former world champion in Carl Froch. You're looking at a former, he's a Hall of Famer, Carl Froch. You don't get into the Hall of Fame, the International Boxing Hall of Fame, without having been pretty damn decent in your own professional.
Yeah, I know what you're saying there. I don't think I let myself down there, but I didn't want to get in the ring to then have a roll around. Didn't fancy it, but I was looking round for you. Even you missed.
All my life as a boxer to get to this point. I'm the #1 challenger, mandatory challenger. He'll never get this slot again. I'll fight and I'll still beat him. No matter how I feel on the night, I won't.
Boxing pros are ripping into John Fury after he headbutt Carl Froch during their explosive face-off. Frank Warren wastes no time criticizing the incident, making it clear that even someone who understands boxing drama won't defend what happened. John Fury may have created headlines, but he also embarrassed himself before the fight even started.
We won't be any more of it, that's for sure. And everybody wants to show some respect to each other. And let's see what the fight where it should happen.
Johnny Nelson takes the situation even further, hinting that officials could eventually step in. This is no longer just about humiliation. The physical confrontation has created questions about possible consequences, and boxing authorities may not stay silent if things continue escalating.
Gets himself, you can see, excuse the bad language, but this is, you know, when you see that, this is the moment when he realised he beat up. It was that, you know, when John had done it, like, shit, what have I done? But he had to own it. I think the pressure was on. The pressure is now on John to behave himself. He's distracted a lot of attention and talk, and I'm quite sure someone will have a word with him out. The authorities will have a word with him out there.
Eddie Hearn admits he was caught off guard when the shouting suddenly turned into actual contact. John Fury has threatened plenty of people over the years, but this time the confrontation crossed a different line. Carl Froch was headbutt in front of cameras, turning a heated face-off into a moment everyone is still talking about.
He squared up to someone or shouted at someone and not done anything. But that's okay. I'd rather that. I think it's good for the fight and it's good for the show. This was different.
Carl Froch isn't holding back either. He took the headbutt professionally, but his response afterward makes it clear he isn't simply brushing the incident aside. John Fury's reaction only made things worse, especially as he appeared to laugh about the chaos rather than show remorse.
And then he's able to just laugh it off and joke it off and say, you know what, anyone comes near me, they're going to get a headbutt. So it's kind of justified what he's done. He's been vindicated for what he's done. As in, yeah, it's okay to go around like that and behave like an imbecile and then still laugh and joke and still threaten to headbutt me in belly. I've told you what I think about headbutting this too. You know that's not...
Duke McKenzie sees the controversy from another angle. Where others see embarrassment, McKenzie sees marketing fuel. Boxing has always benefited from drama, and this ugly moment has generated massive attention.
So I don't see there's any harm in it. It didn't bring the sport into disrepute in any way. This is the show business world that we live in. There's the fight game and then there's the fight business. And from the business perspective, that's probably just sold another 1 million tickets worldwide to people to watch this fight.
But McKenzie also warns John Fury that he may have provoked a sleeping giant. Carl Froch has fought elite world champions and knows exactly how dangerous his power can be.
Fights John Fury and that light bulb switches on. You know that Carl Froch is a bad man. He was when he was fighting, and he's probably got that same spite in him now. And if he lands one on Fury, then it could be quite devastating. And Froch has always been quite heavy-handed. You know, look what he did to George Groves. Ironed him out, and George Groves was world class at that time. So everybody knows that the last thing you lose in boxing, if you're a natural puncher like a Froch, is your punch. And Froch, listen, Fury wouldn't be able to get out of the way of that. He doesn't know how to get out of the way of that. He couldn't get out of the way of that. And I'm sure if Froch anytime Froch is ready to close that one out, it's a done deal.
Eddie Hearn then offers an even deeper observation, describing John Fury as a man in pain. That's more than ordinary promotional trash talk. Hearn appears to be questioning what is actually driving John Fury's aggression and why his emotions continue pushing him toward increasingly controversial behavior.
They still exist, regardless of his mental state. But I see a kid in pain, you know? I've got to be honest with you, like, I don't see how people around him can be looking at his behaviour and being comfortable with it. And I don't.
Liam Smith sees the incident as hype that has gone badly wrong. In his view, Carl Froch was dragged into something that became far more uncomfortable than a normal war of words.
Look, Daniel does do anything to drum something up. I think he does want the Froch fight. I think Froch just called him a little bit on YouTube. But, you know, I think Carl got uncomfortable there. Darren's a fucking lunatic. So, last thing he wants, Darren still jumping out the ring to you, fucking threatening to choke you and all that, do you know what I mean? So, it's the last thing I'd want anyway. So, fucking, I think Carl just got off rather than have the aggro of, you know, Darren still in front of him, screaming, shouting and spitting in his face.
Carl Froch is now making his position crystal clear. He isn't playing games, and he appears ready to turn this personal rivalry into something physical inside the ring.
Promotion. I think it's great promotion. I think it's ugly. I think it's
not a cheap shot. But they don't.
Of course, it's a cheap shot.
Do you know what I'm surprised, Simon?
Boxing is littered with cheap shots.
They don't need to sell the fight, really, do they?
Exactly, Danny. Well, they do and they don't. To the boxing world,
Pay-per-view, you mean?
Yeah,
Simon, people see through it.
There's only one thing worse than people talking about you. It's people not talking about you.
Yeah, but it's how they're talking about you. Look at the messages coming.
John Fury, meanwhile, doubles down instead of apologizing. He dismisses his critics as idiots and appears almost proud of the chaos he created. Rather than accepting responsibility, he continues presenting himself as an old-school fighter who refuses to back down from anyone.
But there's always idiots, isn't there? You know, and at the end of the day, you come face to face with a fighting man, you're going to get something, aren't you? Or else the fighting man ain't supposed to be what he is he? And I'm John Fury. Is it the only John Fury? That's me.
Eddie Hearn also admits the uncomfortable truth about boxing. Controversy sells. Even while condemning the headbutt, he understands that moments like this generate attention, headlines, and interest from fans around the world. That's the strange contradiction at the center of this entire saga.
I mean, listen, it's boxing, it's family. John's John. Both goading each other. Both very personal. Both means a lot to everybody. Shouldn't have done it. But he's done.
John Fury continues portraying himself as a rugged warrior who doesn't need modern training methods. He wants people to believe raw toughness and stubbornness can overcome a former world champion.
Another running video this morning, but not just a running video. I'm going to be the first man to fight a 3-time Hall of Famer. We're just doing it myself. John Fury style. Running, bare knuckle, heavy bag, eating, living in the woods, chopping trees, eating the filth of the earth. I'm doing it gypsy style. And I'm going to prove to everybody out there where there's a...
Carl Froch fires straight back with confidence, mocking John Fury's unusual training claims and making it clear he'll fight anyone, anywhere, under any conditions. The contrast is obvious. John Fury relies heavily on aggression and intimidation, while Froch points toward years of championship experience against elite opposition.
Anybody over 50, I'll fight him. 'Cause I'm a fighting man. Any man born from his mother, I'll fight him. Over 50 years old, on the hard road, in the ring, in the pub, in the back of a gypsy caravan site. You're not a fighting man, because I'll have a fight with you. I'll fight you for a £5. I'll beat you for a £10. I'll do you both for 15. Whew, I've got to take a breather, listen.
Liam Gaff reveals that the tension may run deeper than many fans realize. According to him, old disagreements existed before this explosive face-off. John Fury had reportedly connected his willingness to fight with money, while Carl Froch offered to send payment to charity instead. That exchange highlighted a major difference between the two men.
John Fury was doing that and goading Carl Froch. And I know John Fury doesn't like Carl Froch. Carl Froch mentions him, although I haven't really watched much of Carl Froch's videos lately. But Carl Froch, I know, has mentioned John Fury in the past. He's had a go with John Fury. They actually talked about having an actual, was it an exhibition or a boxing type match? And John Fury, any man, any time, was saying words to the effect of, "Oh, I'll fight you, Carl Froch, but the money has to be right." And Carl Froch basically said, "All right, well, if we arrange payment, they can..."
Gareth A. Davies offers another explanation for John Fury's explosive temper. He suggests that John's fierce instinct to protect his sons can push him beyond rational limits whenever boxing becomes personal. His refusal to back down may explain some of his behavior, but it doesn't erase the consequences of what happened.
What John does, he's very, very, very passionate around his sons when they're fighting, and it gets something out of him. I spoke to him, right, literally face to face, and I said, well, what is upset? He said, "I don't want people calling me out because I'll take any man on." Yeah. You know the comments. Yeah. My guy. Yeah.
So now the boxing world is watching closely. From Eddie Hearn's concern and Duke McKenzie's warning to Liam Smith's criticism and Carl Froch's promise to answer the challenge. Every voice adds another layer to this growing controversy. Whether it was fatherly passion, showmanship, or pure anger, one thing is certain. Carl Froch is no longer just talking. He wants the rivalry settled inside the ring. And now John Fury's reputation hangs in the balance. The biggest question is whether he will actually step forward when Carl Froch is waiting. The fallout from this explosive headbutt is far from over, and the boxing world will be watching every move.